Welcome to first and only SaaS News Digest featured on LinkedIn, where I cover news, events, and updates that are happening in SaaS community. Let's get started. Our first digest today takes a look at the emerging trend for SaaS companies joining forces with media companies. In a Forbes.com article written by Sandeep Kela, he argues that the next wave of media ownership and activity will be dominated by SaaS companies. He believes that software companies will prioritize creating and acquiring as much content and community as possible in order to connect with their audiences. And this could be through a Slack channel, podcasts, blogs, or YouTube channel. And we actually saw Robinhood acquire the media company Market Snacks back in 2021. The daily financial news, podcasts, and newsletter that Market Share offered were worth every penny as Robinhood forged a deeper relationship with its community. HubSpot recently acquired The Hustle, and MailChimp bought Career Media. These purchasing companies all know that acquiring media players could help build a bridge to their audience. And according to Keller, building the community link is often the most defensible mode a SaaS company can build. Keller goes on insisting that understanding and communicating with your audience is no longer nice to have an option. Audience relationships are essential to compete in modern SaaS landscape. Keller also believes that over time, a community story will become a core part of every SaaS company's narrative. An investment community will come to expand this community story and prove of a company's connection to their audience. So this emerging trend could be a win for both and SaaS companies. Media companies can focus on engaging content, and SaaS companies can be behind them and build stronger bridges to their audience. Next, today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the subject of net revenue retention with author Tim Cobb. He recently shared his 3 pillars of boosting your NRR: people, process, and product. And today our digest is going to offer some details specific to Cobb's NRR journey at his company Terminus. So Terminus grew its NRR by more than 30 points and opened up an incredible new growth opportunities. And they did this with just 2 quarters by focusing on potentially already present within their current customer base. So when Cobb's focused on people, the first pillar of net revenue retention, he found places to make impactful changes. Terminus moved their new business, retention, and account management all under a chief revenue officer. The company also rolled out what Cobb calls a surround sound team of 3 or 4 people per customer. So their job was to onboard and help customers with their accounts from day one. Around 1/4 of their team at Terminus is dedicated to 24/7 support and hands-on guidance to make sure every single customer are getting what they need. And that was how Terminus focuses on the first pillar of net retention, people. So the second pillar is the process, and this part of NRR requires a mental shift from entire company. I'll give you an example. At Terminus, this means that going all on retention and telling everyone from its board members down to every single employee and customer. Retention drove every decision at Terminus, including heavier investing in existing customers rather than new businesses. Terminus changed its customer success management compensation from gross dollar retention to gross logo retention to help instill with a saving the logo mindset. And this is just a few of the ways Cobb focuses on the process in order to improve NRR at Terminus. And finally, the third pillar, product. This phase of the net revenue retention led Terminus to become a multi-product company rather than a single product company. So listening to its own customers led the company to understand what issues or challenges they're facing, and what customers want. And Terminus acquired 3 companies in 1 year and expanded its platform based on its customer needs. Cup wraps up by saying that it's essential to get your company and team to live and breathe the new mindset. Retention is the new acquisition, and having this mindset can help you make fundamental changes that will lift your company higher. And our final digest today takes us into the world of artificial intelligence. Author Sigal Simil writes that IBM has developed an AI system that can help design new antibiotics. And according to the statistic, 1 person in the US will die from antibiotic resistance infection in the time it takes to read the Samuel's article. So, discovering new antibiotics is the process that is generally very long and very expensive. But what if, rather than trying to molecule after molecule by trial and error in the lab, we can just type in what we need and let the computer design the perfect molecule? Sounds amazing, isn't it? So this is the general approach that IBM researchers are using with their newly designed AI system. In fact, the system has already been used to quickly design 2 antimicrobial peptides that are provided to be effective against pathogens in mice trials. Samuel says that this molecule discovery process would normally take years, but AI did it in a matter of days. And this new technology comes at a critical time. Experts have warned that we're entering post-antibiotic era, which means that the time when our current antibiotics are providing becomes useless. Over 700,000 people around the world will die from drug resistance infections this year. And we brought this problem on ourselves by overusing antibiotics in many industries and at several points in our food chain. But with the IBM new generative model, scientists can engineer new antibiotics or other life-saving medicines and possibly even new treatment for COVID-19. I hope you enjoy SaaS News Digest. The SaaS News Digest belongs to all of us and provides the value to members of our community because of you. So please, click on like or insightful button, share the SaaS Digest on your LinkedIn page. Let's work together in developing this community and setting new SaaS global standards. My name is Artem Gassan. I'm the general partner at SaaS Growth Ventures, and my superpower is I fuel growth and revenue for SaaS companies. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.